Hey everybody, this is Landon, your host from Alvin Elementary, and you're listening to the Quotes That Shape the World podcast, the show that describes and interprets famous quotes for people who love history. So a little bit about me is that I'm in second grade, and my favorite subject is science. At home, I enjoy watching YouTube videos and spending time with my family. In this episode of Quotes That Shape the World, we are going to have an exclusive interview with the first president of the United States. That's right, you guessed it, we'll be speaking to George Washington. We will be asking Mr. Washington all about some quotes that he is famously known for and what motivated him to say them. But first, let's hear from our sponsor from the Alvin Elementary Eagle Store. Hey friends, this is your student council representative tuning in to say keep earning your Eagle bucks. Get caught doing great things and earn more Eagle bucks. And we are back with President George Washington in the studio. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Absolutely. It is a pleasure to have you. So, Mr. President, you would agree that you are famously known for being the first ever president of the United States of America, for leading the Revolutionary War back in 1775, and leading a group that formed the government of the United States of America. Now, what some people might not know is that you are also known for famous quotes that are used in day-to-day life. Would you like to explain tell us what motivated you to say these?
Well, of course I will.
Great. Let's start with this one. You said, and I quote, "It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one." What motivated you to say this?
Ah, yes. I said that to my niece Harriet Washington, who was writing a letter to her brother. She made up an excuse and said she couldn't keep writing the letter because I was hurrying her. But in fact, I was not true at all.
Oh, that is interesting, and very clever of you to catch that. Next, you are also famously known for saying, "Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism." Can you tell us what was the meaning behind this?
Okay, I mentioned that quote during my farewell speech and said it to warn the American people to be suspicious of anyone who seeks to abandon the United States.
Wow, that is incredible and great of you to say that so that the U.S. can stay protected. Now, to wrap this up, I would like to mention this last quote, which I think is the most important. You said, "Happiness and moral duty and inseparably connected." Please share with our listeners what you meant by that powerful statement.
It was early in my presidency that I said this because I wanted people to know I was doing the right thing for the United States, because that is what makes me happy.
Great! Thank you again, Mr. President, for joining us today. That concludes this episode of Quotes That Shape the World podcast. But before you stop listening, it's time for our mystery sound. Can you guess today's mystery sound?